Hey guys, forgot to hit record, and because you can't backtrack and do old parts of the quest, I'll have to recap you on what was missed, but we are doing the rest of Dainsleif's quest today. Basically, the quest starts with you hunting him down, finding him in a tavern, asking for his time to help you on a commission, and he does it on the request of 500 mora and 3 questions. The 3 questions are the usual moral-based things, so he gets an idea of who you are, and at the end of it he compares you to a him, probably referring to Aether, or probably refer to a her for Lumen if you're the other way around. But it is what it is. Additionally, we're helping him look for an Abyssal Herald, which is like a strong member of the Abyss Order, since, you know, they've been forgotten about since the moment we entered Leeway.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss. The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods. Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
Sure, Dainsleif, the dude that we still don't know if you're actually like one of the main villains or just the narrator of all the trailers or not. I haven't been in this temple in forever, since like the last time the plot asked me to come in. Yeah, the Windy Cliff.
The scent of the Abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
I think that's the game's way of saying we haven't developed what we want this herald to look like yet. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we don't bump into one. I mean, I think it would have popped up in a trailer or two along the way if we were going to bump into one in this quest of this advanced Abyss Herald. Which I also can't help but dread. If it's an Abyss Herald, you know, like if the Abyss Mages are anything to go by, the last thing I want is a stronger version. But it's not even like a unique... That's kind of disappointing. It's not even like a unique domain. It's just new plot stuff, but it's a familiar design to other ones we've done back in 1.0. Well, predominantly most of them were done in 1.0, if we're honest. People have been here since the start. We've kind of just had the generic loot-based domains for forever now. Which is a bit of a shame, but I know that'll get better as time goes on, as they get more of a feel of what they want to do and start adding more things. But it's still a little bit like the domains don't have much as a whole going for them right now. Like, I missed when there was a bunch of them. My favourite one was the one in Child's Story Quest, where you look after his little brother for like most of it. The domain you did there was a lot more creative, where you had to kind of two-step your way along because there was a second path being taken by the kid.
Don't waste my time.
That was a fun one. I hope we get more like that later on, but what can you do? And it's nice to be able to talk to you guys again. I say that like I've been held at my will, but no, it's just that I'm still waiting on that PS5 because I want to do a bigger project, but I don't want to do it, get my PS5 and have to record it again. And I guess I could do a smaller project just to make up the time, but I feel like I've already done enough of them. Like, I've just kind of wasted your time with these things that have come and go in a week. Like, worst comes to it, I can do another one. Like, if we get far into this month and I still haven't got one, I'll just sort something out. But I'd rather not, you know? I'd rather just do these one-off videos so I can talk here and there if I'm going to do anything. And maybe an odd live stream if I get the time, which I just haven't recently. And just go from there and do some stuff. But it is what it is. I'm just enjoying being able to chat again. Even if it is starting to... I'm starting to notice its problems and age in this software a lot more the more I look into how the PS5 system works. So I am kind of eager to move up in terms of recording quality as well. Like, yeah, as I've said before, when I eventually get a PS5, don't expect me to start a Let's Play the day I get a PS5. I'm gonna be experimenting, so expect like the odd 1-2 videos or an update video here and there. Oh, Dainsleif's talking again. Gotta shut up and listen to Yuri Lowenthal.
Seems like that herald might have already left. The Abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
I mean, I can kind of understand why Dane, because I'm going to nickname him now since Paimon did. So it's allowed once one person does it. That there are wolf hooks around. I was noticing that as I was talking that there was like wolf hooks around. So I gathered like Wolvendom was probably going to be involved. Anyway, let's go over there.
We should meet up with him quick.
Yeah, he's probably up there. But yeah, I was going to say, doesn't the wolf not like visitors or something like that? Wasn't that part of the quest way back when? It's been so long, I can't really remember. Hey, Dane.
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
Well, where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires seen?
Indeed. See that, floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
But yeah, now I can go back on my topic of what I was on about. Yeah, when I get a PS5, don't expect like major videos or Let's Plays like immediately. I'm gonna want to spend some time to adjust to the tools that it's got and get a feel for it. Like you'll probably get a few like antic videos. Like I know I do PS4 antic videos all the time, so you'll probably get a few PS5 antic videos, like of me just messing around and getting a feel for the software and such. And then once I'm a little bit more comfortable, which probably won't take that long, but once I'm a little bit more comfortable, then you'll start seeing more recordings. It'd be nice if one of my first videos is something Genshin related because of how much I'm loving this game. And I'm absolutely going to do a video for Hu Tao since all the naysayers finally got proven wrong, because she is absolutely in 1.3, which is what I've been saying from the beginning. That she probably will be. They're just not advertising the later character straight away, because why would they? Of course they're going to leave the later character to later on. Otherwise, you're going to be drawing attention away from one character for another. Focus it on Zhao for the advertising and marketing. Which, speaking of, he's supposed to be getting a story quest. I wonder if that'll be after I've done this one. I can't remember if it's supposed to be now or if it's during the Lantern Rite that quest becomes available. It might be during the Lantern Rite, which is another 2 weeks from now. Which, to be fair, on the plus side, it means Genshin YouTubers will have less time to wait before they've got more things to record. Because they're kind of at the algorithm's mercy a lot of the time. I just do this because I enjoy the game. I'm not trying to be a Genshin tuber or anything like that. I just enjoy playing the game, so doing story stuff and just chatting with you guys as I do it, of course I'm going to go for it.
Let me scry.
I enjoy doing it with Genshin, even though it's a bit basic with how I handle it in Genshin, because there's only so many audio files the game will allow me to take, like to record, because of just the PS4's limitations. Whilst, hopefully, when I get to the PS5, it won't have that, so I can talk a lot more often.
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself. But they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an Abyss Herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair. I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon of the East had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Divine Fallen first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Yeah, turns out Dane was correct for this suspicious fellow.
Revealed by
Then saying that, it doesn't matter how suspicious or evil any of the characters in this game are, people are still going to roll them as soon as they're released, let's be honest. I think if anything, the more evil they are, the more attractive people will be to have them. But Dane's definitely been working alongside the other twin, right? Like, that's what I'm getting from this, that he's been working alongside the other twin. And at some point they had a disagreement, probably because the other twin is like the leader of the Abyss Order. At least that's the impression that we've been getting since the even before launch, that they were the head of the Abyss mages and the Abyss Order even. And like they could like sit on the shoulder of a rune guard, and it just walks them about the place everywhere. So they probably have control over all the rune guards nowadays as well. Which makes it odd that all the rune guards and rune hunters and those bigger things that you bump into like twice in the mountain attack us, because wouldn't they like notice the familiarity and like check? But whatever, video games be video games. Yeah, still with you, I didn't even notice you to begin with, healing away. But yeah, this is my current team setup. Don't be surprised if it changes soon. If you've been following me on Twitter, from like the word go, I have been waiting on Hu Tao. And as soon as I get Hu Tao, she's replacing Chi-Chi. Which I know is maybe a little too on brand, but it's what's happening. It's why Chi-Chi's level 80 and the rest are level 90. Because I don't feel the reason to waste the resources to get her to level 90 if I know for a fact I'm getting rid of her soon. So I've been saving all my Paragems, like Puma Gems or whatever you call them, the rolling gems for Hu Tao, which is what I didn't roll for Ganyu and won't be rolling for Xiao, or however you pronounce his name.
So in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald.
The last character I rolled for was Klee, which I got, to be fair, just because I wanted the resource management that she gets for Mondstadt.
Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
He no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's one-man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go. Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed that person around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
That's it? After Garniers was like an hour long? But it was nice to be introduced to Dane. I look forward to seeing more of him in the future. He's a very interesting character, I find. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and you guys take care now.